This is part 1, episode 42.
Okay. None of these buildings look like a mirror to me.
Well, we'll head to Central Grounds. Should be able to see most of the campus from there. Let's go. Stay, Callus. What kind of name is Callus, anyways?
Not my fault you forgot to ask Tommy his name.
Callus.
Five. This is part 1, episode 46. This is part 1, episode 47. This is part 1, episode 48. This is part 1, episode 49. This is part 1, episode 50. This is part 1, episode 51.
There was a lookout here.
This is part 1, episode 52. This is part 1, episode 53. This is part 1, episode 54. This is part 1, episode 55. This is part 1, episode 56. This is part 1, episode 57. This is part 1, episode 58. This is part 1, episode 59. This is part 1, episode 60. This is part 1, episode 61. This is part 1, episode 62.
Alright.
This is part 1, episode 63. This is part 1, episode 64. This is part 1, episode 65. This is part 1, episode 66. This is part 1, episode 67. This is part 1, episode 68. This is part 1, episode 69. This is part 1, episode 70. This is part 1, episode 71. This is part 1, episode 72. This is part 1, episode 73. This is part 1, episode 74. This is part 1, episode 75. This is part 1, episode 76. This is part 1, episode 77. This is part 1, episode 78. This is part 1, episode 79. This is part 1, episode 80. This is part 1, episode 81.
This'll do just
This is
fine.
part 1, episode 82. This is part 1, episode 83. This is part 1, episode 84. This is part 1, episode 85.
Scoot back.
This is part 1, episode 86.
So, these places, people would live
This is
here
part
and
1,
just study
episode
when
87.
we're all grown up?
Study.
This is part 1, episode
Find
88.
themselves. Figure out what they wanted to do with their
This is
lives.
part 1, episode 89. This is part 1, episode 90.
Hey, over
This is
there.
part 1, episode 91.
It does look like
This is
down
part
there.
1, episode 92. This is part 1, episode 93. This is part 1, episode 94. This is part 1, episode 95. This is part 1, episode 96.
How many people
This is
do you
part
think
1,
live there?
episode 97.
Fireflies.
Reckon it
This
takes
is
quite a
part
crew
1,
to run that
episode
operation.
98.
Do you think there'll be other people my age?
This is part 1,
Not
episode
sure.
99. This is part 1, episode Century.
Whoa. What is it?
Sounds like runners.
Stay with the horse. I'll go check it out.
You sure?
Yes, I don't want him running off. I'll be right back. Looks like someone jerry-rigged this thing. And that's that.
Right.
Hey, I was thinking I would have wanted to be an astronaut.
That a fact.
Would have been cool. I'm just saying. What about you? What'd you want to be?
Well, when I was a kid, I used to want to be a singer.
Shut up.
I'm serious.
Sing something.
No,
Come on, I won't laugh.
I don't think so.
Joel, please. I'll stay with Callus.
I hate that name. Go, Scoot. All right, come on.
Aw, are those monkeys?
Yeah, a whole mess of them. Let's go.
Let's go.
So at the end guys, further missions in next videos, so stay tuned for next episode.